Hey there, Capricorn. This is a general reading for the week of March 28th through April 3rd, 2022. We're going to be taking a look at a story of yours that's coming to an end. We're going to be looking at a new story that will be beginning for you. And we're also going to take a look at one of the themes that's upcoming in a new story. So in terms of a story of yours that is coming to an end, we have roots, influence, support. So for this card, it talks about the roots. I believe it's called John the Conqueror. And these roots were kind of used as a way for, people to kind of call upon the energy or spirit that's associated with John the Conqueror, who would help people who were kind of didn't have a lot of power, kind of weak in terms of their place in society, and really just kind of asks you to look at the people that have supported you. It's interesting because on April 1st there is a new moon in Aries, which for you impacts the 4th house of home, family, your ancestors, and so if that's related, that'd be really interesting. In terms of the beginning of your new story, you have adventure. Dare to do things differently. Manifest your travel dreams. Move to a new location. And a theme in your new story, an upcoming theme, discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. Okay, so we're going to be pulling some tarot cards to get more specifics on these. All right, so in terms of this roots, the influence and support, let's see what that is for you. You have the Judgment card, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hermit. So with the Knight of Pentacles, it's about pursuing your future, being dependable, reliable, putting in the hard work to build the future that you want. It's usually a long process, but the Knight of Pentacles really is intentionally takes each next step, and it's all about the journey, enjoying the process of the journey, being proud of what is kind of going to be left for the legacy. With the Judgment and the Hermit, it seems that there's been some time alone, withdrawing from society. Not drastically, possibly just, spending more time in your room, spending more time at home, and really looking at things from your past. And with the Judgment card, it's really to recognize the actions you took, the things that you said, agreements that you made in the past based on the circumstances at the time, and acknowledge them, and if there's any guilt, shame, disappointment, depression related to those things, just to kind of release them and let go of whatever is not serving your best interests so that you can move forward. without that baggage. So let's see here. In terms of this story coming to an end, let's see why it is coming to an end. You have Six of Swords. So for some of you, it could be that you are leaving a home that you've been at for a while, maybe even grew up in, and really kind of moving on, moving forward. Let's see here. Why else is it coming to an end? You have the Magician. So it's almost as if you've learned things from the people around you, your friends, your family, and it's that time to kind of create something for yourself, create a future for yourself. And there is a sense of going on your own journey, and your life experiences will give you, wisdom that you need to know what it is that you want to create. Because the Magician has to answer the question of what needs to be manifested for my best and highest good, and have the skills and the resources and the talent to make that happen. And the Magician does have those things, but really the question of what it is they want to create is the biggest question to be answered. So let's see what it is that you want to create or co-create with Spirit. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is about harmony and balance and balancing wants and needs. With the Six of Swords and the Six of Pentacles here, for those who are kind of going out on their own for their first time, or possibly if the reason of going out on your own is some type of separation from someone, then right now the biggest concern seems to be okay, to make sure that you have your wants and needs met. So let's see here. In terms of, so it seems that what's coming to an end is whatever the support was. It seems more like financial support, and just support for building blocks for your future. That's kind of coming to an end. And so let's see how it connects with your new story, this story of adventure. Like, what's that stepping stone for you? You have the King of Cups. So what I'm kind of sensing here for the King of Cups is not necessarily like a relationship. For some of you it might be, but it's more of the kind of teachings. So in these cards over here under Roots, there's no specific cup cards. That's why I was saying it's more about the building blocks, about, finances, how to become independent, and really kind of it seeing that the emotion aspect was not an issue in it. With the King of Cups, it's more as if you had that in your life. You have someone that you have connected with emotionally, was emotionally stable, was open, was supportive and caring, and really was, a rock for you, for your family, for your social network. And that person, if you still have communication with that person, or even if you don't, it seems that even though the building blocks support is coming to an end and you are kind of making your own like fulfilling your own destiny, there is still that connection with this person, and almost that you feel confident in being able to take that next step because you had that influence in your life as well. So for this new adventure story, daring to do things different, possibly travel, possibly moving. Let's see what that's about. You have the Star. You have the Four of Pentacles. And you have the Fool. So it seems that you do have certain wishes that you want fulfilled. You want, you're hopeful for a certain sense of stability and independence, and that you will feel secure enough to really just kind of risk things, calculated risks, to start new adventures, and really to feel excited about the unknown. But definitely there is a concern of being secure. So yeah, budget, plan ahead, but save up. It looks like you are. So let's see what is the biggest difference to do things differently. What is it that's the biggest difference? You have the Four of Swords. So for those people who really haven't been taking things slowly, who really are drained, definitely take power naps, maybe some meditation, guided meditation, and things that are kind of calming for you. Make sure you get good sleep. For those people who have really just always been in a daze, then this is more about kind of waking up from that daze and recognizing like what it is you've been dreaming about, getting in gear and making things happen. So let's see here in terms of this new story. Let's see kind of like what the focus is. Is it more of doing things differently, or is it more of a different scene, or is it more about how you look at opportunities? So you have Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so it really seems like this is about you creating something of your own prosperity, your own sense of in the sense of the Magician, but also in the sense of the Knight of Pentacles, really recognizing the value of something and bringing it into existence. And that card was like, you need to look at me. It's the Page of Wands. So there is a sense of wanting to get out there, wanting to explore, seeking that adventure. This Page of Wands in you really wants to come out. And interesting, the color scheme here of these two, and that wand being spun around in a circle. It's almost as if that Ace of Pentacles could pop up within that circle. So yeah, I'm kind of sensing that this adventure card is really having you step outside of what you've known, definitely taking along with you the core lessons. And then you have this upcoming theme of discovering truth, you stand in the light of truth. So basically, this card really kind of is about making your own way. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is in the foreground an individual kind of looking off to one side, and in the background there's two people kind of discussing different paths in the road and, you know, which way to go, and kind of pointing at things. The individual in the foreground is basically like, yeah, I see those signs, and I see which directions they point in, but what's true for me is I'm going to make my own path and go this way, and I'll find what I need to find. I'll be where I need to be. So let's see how this adventure card, this really passion to discover, like a childlike passion to discover more about yourself, your potential, the world around you, leads to this discovering truth. You have 7 of Cups, which is about choices. Sometimes it is about fantasies and temptations, but here I'm seeing it more as you doing this adventure, making your move to create something on your own. You're going to be faced with choices. Everyone's faced with choices every day. This 7 of Cups I'm sensing is more following your heart, and that will be the right decision. It seems like you have a lot of options. So let's see here. In terms of the discovering truth, following your heart, what do you need to know about that? You have the 6 of Cups, the Emperor, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. So with the 6 of Cups, it made me think of this roots here, where it's almost as if this King of Cups and the person in the 5 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the adult person down here, they look very similar. As if I'm like covering this person up. Maybe it's just the hair. If you know who Guy Fieri is, it's like maybe it's the hair for this individual. But so I'm sensing that following your heart really does connect with this influence here. And this Emperor is really about your power, you having created creating your kingdom, you're setting your boundaries, recognizing what it is that you want to accomplish. It's that, you know, it's almost like the 4 of Pentacles and the Magician, like this is your stability. So with the 5 of Swords, that's about winning at all costs. So in that sense, it's also like false victories. It's also like lose-lose situations. It also has to do with like a naggingness, something where it's not what it seems. I know that seems strange, but you can see like as if this crow is whispering in this person's ear, you know, things like you need to keep going, you need to like win, you need all these things. So it's more that when you come up against those situations, when you're the person maybe who someone's coming after you, arguing with you, or some type of fight, some type of disagreement, some type of chaos, some type of instability when it comes to making decisions, recognizing this or remembering this King of Cups situation and knowing everything's going to be okay. Like if I follow my heart, I don't have to win at everything. I can take the higher ground and walk away. So let's see here. In terms of your truth, what truth will help you kind of along this path? Ace of Wands. So it's a passion, it's an idea, it's that desire to want great things for yourself, to create the world you want for yourself, to kind of be that adult, that grown up, that you are proud of and other people would be proud of you. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of the week to get a clearer picture of things. Be sure to check out the readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. We'll see you next time. Take care.